waiting a long time for this. I don't even know what the announcement is, but I'm excited. I'm excited about hearing it. This is going to be a wonderful thing for us. So Scott Tankerley's the head of our COSA DC board. Take the center stage, buddy, and tell us what this is about.
Well, I am. My name is Scott Tankersley. I'm president of the City of San Angelo Development Corporation, and one of our main focuses is a partnership between entrepreneurs and growing your business, here in the city of San Angelo. And we're here today for that. Whenever I first got here, I was visiting with Johnny, and I remember when this was the first thing that we saw, this box and the big gray shoes, and there's been a whole lot of changes since then, and so I don't know exactly what's hiding under here, but we are excited to hear about what is happening as well, because our commitment is to help businesses in San Angelo grow, and especially a technology business like what Johnny and his group's got. It's exciting to see, So I'm not going to steal any thunder, but I am going to turn the floor over to Johnny Ross so he can pull this thing off. We can see what's under there.
Well, I hope you all are as excited as I am about this. But first of all, thank all of you for being here. So many of you helped us in so many ways over the last few years. I mean, gosh, I wasn't able to get my coach out here. My father came out, so I'm real excited about what we've accomplished. But make no mistake about it, nothing that we have done could have been done without the partnerships that we have, starting with Dave Erickson at the SBDC, who really got us in contact with virtually everybody in San Angelo. The COSA DC, with the faith in what we're doing to, provide us with an incentive package. The city council, the city, the city, gosh, at the time Mr. Dominguez was here, and just so many people have touched this, and it's that partnership to include Angelo State University. So I'm glad Dr. LeGrand was here, because as important as our partnerships are out in the public here, also with how we develop this device. I mean, to think that we have, Carrie Samuelson, Simon Olson, Matt Gray, and there's other students that are employed by us or contracted by us that have built this. And what's amazing about this is we had a firm in Boston, Massachusetts, to start building our HIPAA-secured servers and the things that we needed that so desperately, and they failed miserably. And then David said, Johnny, why don't you see if Angelo State can do this? I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way. And so sure enough, with Dr. Roden, Dr. LeGrand, and the students, all the stuff that you're seeing here was really up the front of the house was built by them. The hardware was built by electrical and mechanical engineers in either Georgetown or the Dallas area, but they're really the wonder workers. If you get a chance after this to see, back here, Matt can show you how the app works. It's phenomenal. You can just go through it and you can see it on the big screen. Simon over here can show you our healthcare server and how that works, how the doctors and the patients will use that, as well as our retail one for RPM2. Carrie can show you over here on the app, there's going to be a 3D model of a woman performing the exercises. So a patient will be able to see this image doing the exercises, and they only have to do what the image is doing in sync with it, and they're going to get through all of their therapy. It's audibleized, so we're trying to make everything as easy as possible so we can increase patient care. Now, on the other side of the house,
Workforce board.
Sir?
Workforce board.
That's right. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that, because that started with Johnny and Kathy, and Colonel Buck's here now, so thank you so much. Thank you, Dave. 2 years ago, we started seeing a lot of press and a lot of advertising by the major companies like Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas, bringing wearable technology into the sports arena. So we started thinking, if we can help the patient get better, why can't we help an athlete achieve higher performance and maybe keep them from getting injured? And as a result of that, we developed RPM2, which is our sports performance brand. In that space, it's rather hard to promote it because it's such a big field. For example, just in endurance athletes, there's over 50 million of them just in the United States. When you look at the runners, the cyclists, and the triathletes. So what we have done here is to build this device to help with sports performance. Our app and our inserts do three major functions. One is gait analysis. So we have different modes where an athlete can run 100 meters up to 3,000 meters If they want to run 6 hours, they can run up to, no, 4 hours, excuse me. The device knows when to turn on intermittently throughout the run, and it measures the athlete's step time, ground contact time, flight time, acceleration force, and it knows if they're heel, mid, or forefoot striking. In addition to that, we've included the first ever power meter into what's called the footbed. You know, this is called a footbed. So a power meter is a device that goes on a bike, and they're about $2,000 to $4,000 a piece. They're mechanical. You have to bolt them on, alter the bike to make them work. They're great tools. Basically what they do is they convert what the athlete is doing into energy, into electrical watts, and that's why it's called a power meter. Well, we have built one into this. So now you don't have to buy a $2,000 to $4,000 power meter. You could wear this and use any bike, anytime, anywhere, as long as you have this in your phone. And then the third function that the RPM square model does, it's set with 6 different exercise modes, and it looks at each joint of the leg, and it taxes the athlete on these movements, because you're dealing with guys that are finely tuned athletes, and we're trying to see exactly where the flaw is in their mechanical movement. So they do these reps, and there's a certain way they have to do it, and it can detect which leg is stronger than the other, where they're placing more force on the foot. And by virtue of understanding that, a coach can then better train them and hopefully mitigate injury, but achieve bilateral symmetry in the legs, therefore they'll be faster. To that end, one of the fastest men in the world has tested our device for the last 8 months. And he helped us figure out quite a few technological issues that we had to make it work, because everything has to be calibrated just perfectly. He gave us some ideas on how to make the device even better for the athlete. He's an Olympic legend, and I'm very pleased to announce that Michael Johnson, the former fastest man in the world, is now a part of the MedHab family. His firm, Michael Johnson Performance, like I said, has tested the device. He now transcends track and field. He has a facility in McKinney, Ohio, England, Brazil, Puerto Rico, and he is now building one in Qatar and Australia. And he's also Nike sponsored. You might remember the gold shoes. So the fastest man in the world in the 2 and 400. But he doesn't just do track and field. He's now doing endurance athletes. He's doing biking. He does hockey. He has the Dallas Stars on contract. He has Manchester United soccer team on contract. He does the Dallas Stars. He is at the NFL Combine training NFL football players. We believe we have the right partner, because what we need to do at this point in time is sell a product so we can get the manufacturing and all the jobs that we need in San Angelo, Texas. And I think he's going to be the one that helps us. We have a global PR campaign that was launched today at 1:30. It went out to every radio station, every media outlet in the country. And Matt, what do you think? So far, 20 or so have already posted it on online services, to include Yahoo Finance page, which is huge. It's been picked up in Atlanta, Alabama, San Antonio. You have any others off the top of your head?
No, nothing.
So we'll have a good report that I'll be happy to share with you as soon as we know exactly where all that this is being released. All these entities have the ability to interview Michael Johnson, and that's what they could care less about me. But when we say you can introduce Michael Johnson or talk to him, boy, it's great. Good Morning America has expressed an interest. The largest station in LA has expressed an interest, and we're willing to pay to fly him to every major TV market to get him on TV, because you can't buy that type of advertisement. So we're really excited about it, and what I'd like to do, I have some pins here, and so many of you have touched this in some way or another. I would like for you all to come up and sign this, and I'm going to present this to Roland Pena, and we're going to put this downtown at the Economic Development Office. So Roland, why don't you come be the first one?